All right, guys, we have with us Ahsan. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day. I know, you got a full schedule ahead of you. You got a family, you got kids, so I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to jump on this call. So, as always, I want to just ask you a few questions. You've been with
Okay,
us for the last 3 months,
correct.
right? A little under 3 months, and just gonna ask you a couple of questions. And I just want people to pretty much have a good understanding of what somebody's experience will be when they become a member of the Funded Traders Club. So last time we spoke, I think about a month and a half ago, a little over a month and a half ago, right?
Right.
You weren't up a lot on your accounts. I think you have five accounts. You're funded $1.5 million, and you
Mhm.
were up around, I think, $700, $800 per your account. So um, what do you feel like? What was the biggest thing that changed between then and now? I mean, what was the most obvious thing?
I basically was playing with two things. One was the risk reward. So you go from anywhere from 1 1 to 1 to 2. So I was playing with those numbers. So I was being a little bit aggressive in the reward, kind of going more towards 1 to 2. And the second thing was how much are you going to willing to risk? So initially when it was started, I think it was set up by to be 0.2%, right? Uh, so what I did was I was trying to increase it slowly. Initially, I wanted to make sure that I'm not being super negative. So when the money was there from 300 to closer to 303,000, I think up in the middle of 7.5. So I think between 3 and 4K is when I decided, okay, I think I have built up enough cushion. So let me take a little bit higher risk. So I started tweaking it from point 0.2 to 0.25, zero point 0.3, and went all the way up to zero point 0.4. But in that range, 3.5, 0.35 to zero point 0.4 is what I was
So,
doing.
so you start off at low risk.
Yes.
You didn't set up the software. My team set up the software for you
Correct.
with default settings. We start off everybody at low risk. So you start off at 0.20% risk, and then you slowly increase the risk.
Increase
So
the risk.
that's probably one of the reasons your payout was a lot quicker
Yes.
than most people. So I want people to
Yeah.
understand that you can raise your risk if you want to. Everybody has full control over the software.
Correct.
So how much are you up in profit now versus before? Do you feel like you kind of doubled your profits or tripled
Yes.
your profit because you increased your
Yeah.
risk? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, basically by doing tweaking both of them, the risk and the risk reward ratio, the profit actually has been more than twice. I mean, I think I see more than double the profits, and then the losses are higher too. But just by the fact that your loss can be minimized with the stop loss, any profit is substantially higher than what I've seen in the past. So I think that's kind of negates the loss, and it makes a substantial amount of
Right.
profit per account.
Okay, cool. And so quick question, really simple. Take me back to the day that you decided to take that first step with us and go ahead and then put in that $15,000.
Oh my God.
What was going through your head? And he's 15, 15,000 is a pretty premium price to pay for something like this.
Yes,
What was
I
going
have.
through your head and what part of you thought that you might be making a mistake?
Oh my God. Let me see what I was doing that day. So that day it was a tough decision for making this much of investments. I was told both by you and your partners that this is not a quick rich kind of strategy. You're not going to get your money within a week or a month. You got to wait for the money to build up before you can start seeing the fruits out of this tool. So I basically talked to you extensively. I talked to your partner extensively, and I think after talking to both of you guys, I understood that this is a real tool. There's some real benefits out of this, and basically, then I jumped into it. It was definitely a gutsy and risky call, but I think after 3 months, I think I made the right decision. I am very close to break even with the investment that I made, and hopefully within a month from now, I should be above what I invested into this. And then going forward, it's going to be all profit and cash.
So you started 3 months ago with us. You pretty much put down about 15K towards the package for the
Mhm.
whole setup, and you didn't do. We pretty much you spent no little to no energy doing anything. We pretty much the team took
Yes.
care of everything.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
So thank you for answering that. So you've been doing this for a while. I mean, you've been trading in general for a while. You're an engineer by trade, but you've also been trading in general as well. Um, what, just again, just real quick, what made you choose Funded Traders Club over all the other companies that you were looking at? I'm pretty sure you were
So
looking at other things.
yeah, I did look at other things. The best part about joining you guys compared to the other ones would be the fact that I found you guys to be more genuine in the sense that whatever numbers you guys are posting is all real numbers, nothing doctored. I kind of understood that. And the second part was that this sounded like more of a very much a white glove solution where I don't have to have any more involvement. I mean, I can be involved if I want to be, but even if, let's say, I'm totally hands off, I think I'll still be making money. So I think that was the factor that kind of I felt like, okay, maybe some of the weeks I'll be super busy, not looking into it at all. So in that case, it's not going to be, it can just work on its own. I don't have to be involved. In some weeks, if I'm really involved in understanding the market, at my disposal how much I want to get involved in this. So I think I have that liberty.
Okay, so you liked how we took care of passing the challenges, and then we set up the software on your live accounts with the default settings. So you basically you started with us 3 months ago,
Mhm.
and you put down 15,000, and
Yes.
already realistically you have pretty much withdrawn close to $8,000. 4,000 of it, give or take, has hit your bank account already, and then you're waiting on another 4K. So that's
Correct.
basically more than 60% of
Yes.
the original deposit that you put in, and within another month you break even, and after that. So that is kind of unheard of when it comes to just business in general. Um,
Yes.
cool. Thank you for answering that. Um, all right, so for this next part, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna share my screen. Of course, I have your permission to jump into your account. And
Okay. Sure.
so I am sharing my screen. I'm not going to show the account ID just for privacy reasons. But as you can see, this is Ahsan's account. As you can see, the software comes pre-installed on the VPS. We do not, in any circumstance, share the software to anybody. And you can see right now he has 5 accounts. Ahsan is funded $1.5 million of prop firm capital with Apex. He is looking to scale to other prop firms. He has withdrawn already a little over 4,000. He's requested another 4,000. If you guys go into the Discord, and you go to the profit zone, you can see here he posted both of his withdrawals. He actually has another withdrawal of 900 bucks, and then he's awaiting another $4,000, right? So, to make $8,000 is pretty crazy, especially on autopilot. And that's what we want to achieve as a company, right? And I know now, Asan, you're going to probably scale to other prop firms, and
Yes.
you're probably gonna, out of your profits, the best thing now would be to start using the profits that you made and start scaling into other firms. And you have $1.5 million. I mean, you already withdrawn close to $8,000 pretty much. So, you get to a point where you got 3 million, 4 million. I mean, imagine how much income potential you are at that point, right?
Right.
Eventually, you get to a point where we all want to be. You eventually get to a point where you're like 8, 9, even $10 million in funding across all the firms that you can possibly think of. Now, at that point, you're making a tremendous amount of income per month. And on top of that, you have cash accounts as well, right? Which you can
Right.
long-term compound on. So this is, I'm going to ask you a question. Just be as honest as possible. The first payout, paint me the picture. Like, where were you sitting? Um, what time of the day was it? And just paint me
Yeah.
a picture.
Okay. So
Because
yeah, for the
you've never pulled out a payout
yeah,
from
I
it's
yeah,
something
so
that's
the
new to.
so the first payout was the one that I did not post there. It was a $900 for one of the accounts. I was pretty excited to actually apply for the payout, although I knew it was less than $1,000. But I knew I
The
had four
first
other
one was
accounts left.
950.
So the first is like, I don't really care. I just need some money to see in my account, right? Because I've been waiting on this for the last 2.5 to 3 months. So anyway, I knew that I will be approved for a payout because I was going through all the different checklists to see if you're going to be approved for a payout. I did look at the session after New York session ended so that it gets posted on my account. So after 5 p.m., I logged into Apex. I saw that, yeah, the numbers did get posted. And then I hit the payout button. It gave me the numbers that I can withdraw 900. I did that. And then I was waiting on the approval. I think it took probably a couple of days for the approval email to show up. But I kind of knew that there's no reason why I would not get approved because everything was checkboxed. So yeah, it was a good feeling, and the best feeling was that I knew that the fact that one account is eligible to get paid out.
The
The
rest.
other four, other rest is going to be just follow the trend, and it did. Actually, as a matter of fact, the other accounts were actually doing much more higher payouts than the first one, which is kind of what I expected anyway. So it's all good. But it was a good feeling that finally the money is showing in the bank.
So when you realized it was real and it was yours to keep, what was like the very first thought that went through your head? Just give me the most raw version of what was going through your head.
Uh, so I'm a pretty much of a ROI kind of person. So I do the math to see how much I risk to get how much return I'm getting and I will be getting. So I think my first thought was, okay, let me see how much time it's going to take for me to get all this payout so that I can make the money that I invested into this program, and then also kind of running the math to see the profitability that's going to show up on a monthly basis from this five
That's
accounts.
what I want to hear from you. So
Yeah.
you paid $8,000, give or take, right? It's hit
Yes.
half of
Yeah.
it hit your bank account, the other is going to hit your bank account, right?
Yes.
And then you got other accounts that you haven't even requested a payout on, which I think was two more accounts.
Right.
So in total, $8,000. So in your head, how much income potential do you think you can make at the risk you're at, and if you were to
So
continue to
so
do even half of
so
what you're doing?
so I did the math. So I did the math, and I think according to the math, based on the risk reward that I'm doing right now, from 1.5K, sorry, 1.5 million account, I expect the returns to be anywhere from 15 to 30,000 a month. That's what I'm hoping.
And that's just
Uh,
with the funding that you have right now.
that's only for the funding I have right now. So if I double it up, it's just going to double those numbers. But based on the funding I have right now, I don't see why it should not be anywhere between 15 to 30K a month.
Absolutely. It shouldn't be, especially at the risk you're taking. And we tell a
Right.
lot of people, like, don't be afraid to take a little bit of a higher risk.
Right.
It's not your money, it's profit money. Why not be
Mhm.
a little bit more riskier? Pull out those payouts a lot quicker, and then you can just take out those payouts and put it right back into your personal cash account, which we'll talk
Right.
about later.
Right.
Um, Now, again, you pulled out two payouts, three payouts actually, and you're waiting on another two. So that'll be a total of $8,000. How does it feel? Again, just keep it really simple. How does it feel to not have to babysit? Because everybody that comes into this, right, hear what I'm about to say, and then this will give you a better way to answer the question. Everybody that comes into this initially thinks you have to babysit it or have to be hands-on. Did you do anything?
No, I mean, whatever I did it on my own. If I, let's say for whatever reason, I didn't want to touch anything, I didn't think it will be a losing proposition. It will work on its own. But I did jump in and I did increase some risk reward ratios. So I did do those, and maybe that made me get the money sooner. But even if I didn't do that, it
Yeah,
will
but
happen in the next.
when you did change your risk, did you do it on
Yes.
your own, or were you able to jump on a Zoom with one of our with one of your with your manager and you?
I think the first time I did it with the manager to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, but that was only first time. And after that, I was able to do everything on my own. It was pretty simple and hands off. It
Yeah, I just
wasn't that complicated. Yeah.
want to make sure the team is doing what they're supposed to do, but I'm glad.
Yeah.
So did you tell anybody? Like, did you show anybody your payout? What did they say? No, you haven't shared it with
Not
anybody.
yet, not yet. I want it to be a surprise until I do break even, which
Yeah.
is probably a month from now. Then I'm going to say, look, I invested this much of money. This is what I got so far. This is what I plan on getting months going forward, right? So I want to build the story first. It's not complete yet until it's break even.
But what have people have said? Because I've been there and I've heard stories from a lot of people. Usually, people will try to put I wouldn't say negative thoughts, but people will try to talk you out of it. Did you have anybody try to do that with you?
I honestly didn't share this with anybody who would ask me not to invest this money. So that's one of the reasons I did not share it with anyone. But I will definitely share with all the friends and family members once I'm there. And I'm hoping I can do that within a month from now.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. So how
Yeah,
does it feel to just
it
come in?
feels good.
It
It
feels
feels
good,
good.
right? Within
Yeah,
three
yeah,
months, you came in, you paid 15 grand, you deposited that.
yeah.
You're pretty close to break even. You're like about 70% of the way there, right?
Right,
And we don't take a profit share on that end. So you should
right,
get to a point where you're cash flowing anywhere from like 10 to 20K a month.
right.
Um, Now, this is the last question. So I did ask you about like moving over to cash accounts. You said eventually you will. Um,
Yes.
what is your thought process about that now versus when we first initially talked?
So what I would do is I would definitely try to be break even for 15K that I invested in this. Once I'm break even, anything that comes after that is what I want to basically put into the cash account and kind of build up on that on a monthly basis or even weekly basis, depending on how payouts occur. And then basically, compound interest or do some kind of compounding on that account to see if I can build up a decent portfolio there.
Because that's the biggest thing, right? Compounding. These people
Mhm.
don't understand that if you compound 100,000 at even 5% a month,
It's a significant amount of money.
it's a
Yes.
significant amount of money up to like 5 years, 10 years, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Um, someone is watching right now. Let's say they had tons of experience just like you do, and they're skeptical. What would you tell that person? I know I asked you that question when we first last spoke, but
Yes.
what would be what would be your answer now? Just the
I would
simple version.
say this is not for someone who doesn't have a lot of experience. It's definitely for someone who has been burned in the past with various other scenario prop firms or non-prop firms or you name it, right? Doing trading on their
Doesn't
own.
matter. Prop firms, cash accounts.
Cash accounts, yeah. You may try a lot of things on your own, but I think that tool is real. Obsidian is a great tool. I've seen it how it works. So definitely, do it, man. You got to do it, and you got to see the results. And if you have any issues, you can even come and reach out to me. I'm sure Nasir and the whole team is there to help you guys out. But I can give you my honest experience that this is the way to go. And I wish, honestly speaking, I wish I actually started 10 accounts instead of five or even 20 accounts. I couldn't afford it, honestly speaking. But if I could, I would have done all the 20 accounts from the get-go.
I appreciate you saying that. I was going to ask you something in that area.
Yeah.
So, big question. If you had to pay double what you paid, knowing everything that you know now, would you still pay double if you knew what you know now versus when you first joined us about 3 months ago?
Yes. If I knew what you knew now, I would have paid double than what I did. Yes. Absolutely. And no, no, no. This is a no-brainer. I mean, when you think about the money that you're making on this account for the last 3 months that I've seen, and what I should see in the next 3 months, provided the trend holds, which it should, because based on all the track record and the back testing, I don't see any reason why I would not do this, even double the money that I put in.
How long do you think it would have taken you to break even? Just being honest.
When I invested the money in,
Mm,
I thought it would be maybe like 5 to 6 months. That's what I thought. But I think I'm going to do it sooner, hopefully within 4 months.
okay. But it only took you 3 months.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I think the most uh, pleasant surprise that I got from this whole thing was how fast the initially I got approved for the paid accounts, right? It happened within a week,
Yeah,
and
I think it was like a week to pass your
it,
challenges.
yeah, to pass the challenge, it was less than a week. I did not think that I'll pass the challenge within a week. I thought it would take maybe a month. The fact that it got done within like 3 days, less than a week, it was a pleasant surprise for me.
Yeah, the quicker we pass challenges, the quicker we get you to a payout.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, the very last question. Um, where do you think your situation would be if you did not decide to join us? Where do you think you would be right now after 3 months?
I will be still looking for the company or the program that will get me where I'm now. I will be still searching for it. And that's the honest answer because I have been looking for it for some time. I have looked into a lot of stuff, forex, futures, cryptos, you name it, and this turns out to be the best,
So far, yeah.
so
So
far.
when you say, so how long has it been since you've been just searching around?
Let's see, it's been close to a year.
A year. And what?
Yes.
Okay, I
So
got you.
close to a year, I looked into everything. I did not understand initially what prop firms were until I started getting some ads and looking into it in detail. And honestly speaking, after I talked to you and your partner is when I completely understood what this is all about. And when you guys explained me, I'm like, okay, you guys took time to explain me. You guys took time to, you know, motivate me to get into this. And I'm glad I listened to you guys because now it's a whole different scenario.
Yeah, man, I'm glad that you decided to jump on board. So as always, man, I appreciate you jumping on, just giving us an honest overview of what your experience has been with us for the last 3 months. Just as a recap for everybody, that likes to skim videos just like I do. Um, Pretty much you've came to us about 3 months ago. Pretty much you've recovered about 60% of your initial deposit after joining us about roughly under 3 months ago. You're funded $1.5 million. It took us roughly about a week to pass those challenges for you. And I've already pretty much shared my results earlier in the video. Um, so now, I mean, the sky's the limit. So now we just
Yep.
got to get you more funding and then we'll go from there.
Yep.
All right, now, thank you.
You're welcome.
As always, take care.